Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, another episode, another live video. NBA Talk with Jay Money and the gang. Appreciate everybody in the chat for joining in with us. My guy, Shark and Sports, will be here in a second. What's up, Moses? GC Bulldog, Isaiah Moore, Lee Lewis, Poke Aware, my guys. Appreciate everybody. Got to get to the top of the chat, man. Some people here about 10 minutes before we even started. Michigan Mail, I see you, Nathan. Just all you. I was in the chat earlier, man. So everybody, Richard, just cooling, Isaiah Moore, all y'all, man. Mark, what's up, brother? I see you, my guy. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. With your boys, like 2 games today. Obviously, 2 games. We're gonna break them down, man. It's them good games. We have a game 3 in Atlanta. Got the Sixers versus the Hawks. So their line coming down. They obviously playing that the injury report manipulation with you. Joel Embiid questionable. As all 3 games, he's been questionable here. What's up, my guys? What up? What up? Yeah, another game. Game 3, Suns versus Nuggets as well. So 2 game 3s today, man. Can't wait to break them down. Can't wait to come over here and talk some shit with you guys. Flapjack, JB, or Shark. I don't know what's up with some of you guys, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But I say about 80% of y'all love doing this shit for you guys, man. Every single day. Like in all honesty, 80% of you guys are real, genuine, you know what I'm saying? 100 type of guys, man. I fucking love it. Note to go. What up, my guy? Jay, let's cash both dogs. I can dig it, my guy. I can dig it. Do you have a real job? Jay, you on Clippers? Yesterday, no, I wasn't on Clippers. I know I got a haircut, but shit, I gotta get a haircut sometime, man. Hawks early, but Philly full game. No, this is my job. I was just telling my girl today, I hadn't worked a 9 to 5, man. I had worked a 9 to 5 in at least 3 years now, and it's like it's so tough. You know, I'm like, man, how tough would it be, man? Well, I know how it is, but I used to hate that, man. Working 9 to 5 or waking up early, getting off late in the day, tired. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else to do. I hate that shit, man. I hate that. Smoking on that gas a little goofy right now. Let's get to some games, man. Yeah, I sent my guy Sharky the link, man. He waiting on him, bro. He waiting on my guy Shark. He'll be in here pretty soon. Spicy Nuggets, yeah, man. Hey, let's talk about the first game. 76ers versus Hawks, my guys. Now, obviously, the 76ers, they bounce back, and so you're the number 1 seed, right? You go down 0-1 at the house. The Hawks, I mean, they brought the momentum from the Knicks series into their first game. Went up there and stole one. I just look at the Hawks, guys. I mean, how good are they? How good is Trae Young? They go up into one of the most hostile environments versus in New York. Obviously, you tell them boys quiet down, shush them out. Oh, it's quiet as fucking here, all that. Then you go to Philly. It's probably even worse over there. It's like, which one worse, New York, Philly, or Utah? You see what I'm saying? And so they did it. But in game 2, what did we see? We saw the Sixers come out with defensive intensity. And like I told you guys, they are the better defensive team. Hawks may have a better offense, but if the Sixers want to win, they have to do it with defense. You see them absolutely come out there and clamp down. Now, what you also did see, their bench didn't score a single point in that first half, and that's why first half backers lost there when I believe they ended that first half. It was 57-55. So it's so tough. You really deserve to cash that first half, to be honest with you. But it's kind of crazy. I actually think in this particular game, the Sixers may bring their momentum in from game 2. And if you're the Sixers, you don't want to continuously go down in this series, especially if you want to win. I do think that the Hawks can steal one of these games at the house. But I'll be honest with you, if I had to take this one, I hadn't bet this yet. I'm looking at the Sixers. I know this line's coming down. It was at 2.5. It's all the way down to 1 now. I know people are banking on the Hawks to take one of these games, but if I had to take this one, I would be looking at the Sixers. I mean, their bench played a terrible game in the first half, and they still end up winning the game going away by almost 20 points. The Sixers are the better team. I know they struggle on the road. They struggle in Atlanta, but we saw it in game 1. If Ben Simmons, if these guys are coming out there clamping up Trae Young, or he has a bad shoot night, and you're making it put on Bogdanovich, Werther, Collins, and Capella, then it's going to be a tough night for the Hawks. We know Embiid's question, but I mean, I can't just say for a fact that he's going to play, but obviously after playing game 1 and game 2, he should be a go here. Like I said, a lot of people on the Hawks today, a lot of people are sold on the Hawks. Obviously, they have the better offense, but I am one to think, and this is crazy because I'm an old school type of guy. Defense, I do believe defense wins championships. It's a different era, guys. It is. Like defense doesn't really. The NBA doesn't even want defense anymore, to be honest with you. As you could see, the first game 1, Thibault versus Trae Young, they called a foul on him, but I won't even get into all that. Obviously, the Hawks will want to bounce back here. They're coming off 3 straight home games. 3 straight road games. Now you're back at the house. Now the first time. So obviously they played really well at the house versus the Knicks, my guys. I see a lot of people in the chat liking Hawks early. I couldn't talk you off there. It's just I'm specifically saying full game here. 76 are like I want to take Sixers here full game. I really do. I know the line's coming down. I see the Sixers, and we have to remember they are the favorite in this series. Like they're supposed to win this game 3 and be up in the series. Then the Hawks, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they could get that one. But if you're the Sixers, you really got to take hold here. Like you can't be messing around with this Hawks team. You got to come in here and win game 3. You got to win game 4 too. You can't be messing around. You can't be going back to the house tied 2-2 with this Hawks team. You mess around, lose this series. So I know them boys are. I know Embiid isn't 100% over there, my guys. But this guy's an absolute matchup problem for the Hawks. I know they got Capella, but it's like, who's your backup center? No, man. I like the Sixers in this. The line is coming down. A lot of people liking the Hawks, guys. I would be on the Sixers here, but like I said, it's nothing. I hadn't went official with it. This is a tough game. And with this line, guys, I always say, I know a lot of people may not be able to live bet, but guys, you can get like literally -1. Any team make a run, you're going to get some plus money. You are. The Hawks start this game, come out fast. Like in theory, they should. Their first home game, whatever, even though it's tied 1-1. If the Hawks come out here, jump out to a 5-6 point lead, we're going to get at least a plus 110 or something with the 76ers, guys. So, like I say, it's a heavy lean to Sixers for me. This will definitely be a tough game. What they saying, Quavo courtside. Yeah, hey, the boys play well with Quavo over there. What happened with Quavo and Quinn? I say, Jay Money, how did you do last night? Took the book. I had the Bucks first half, -2.5. I don't know why my damn Wi-Fi is tripping. I got the whole cord. I got a whole cord hooked up. I don't know what the fuck was going on, my guys, but we still here. Hawks first quarter. I couldn't talk you up. Yeah, damn, I can't live bet. Yeah, if I had to bet this game, I'd be on Sixers here. A lot of people liking the Hawks, and I understand why. But just know, we saw last game how much the starting 5 for the Sixers can really dominate the starting 5 for the Hawks. It's all about their bench. Like when the Hawks bench is better than the 76ers. So I say that because if the Sixers bench play a little bit better, then you see a more even kill type of game for them. Like I say, the Sixers are the better team, guys. They are the better team. No matter, I know the Hawks been balling. Let me see. You're right, Damon. I put 800 on the Clippers +4 in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left. Hey, man, I'm telling you, Jay, you just talked me into the over cash it. Hey, I can dig it. Tight spreads equals best live lines. Exactly. My guy knows the guy. I don't know where my guy Shark hit. I'll be honest. I don't even be having time to do this show all the time, man. He talks me into it, and now I'm waiting on him, my guys. But I don't even be having time to do this. I try to fit time in there. Sixers 0-6 last 6 ATL. So what? Are they gonna lose forever over there? What? It's gonna be a tough game. Let me see. Let me look at it real quick. Sixers, they don't play well in let's see, 94-112. I believe that was without Embiid. And like I said, this is regular season game. This is regular season games as well. Shark is buying new hats. Let's look at this last game when the Hawks owned them over there. Yeah, Embiid did play. Embiid played. Simmons didn't play. Oh, they didn't play Thibault. They didn't play Milton, Korkmaz. Oh man, this is and another thing, guys. And I understand the trends, but this was different years. These were different. So let's see. So Philly has lost this year. They lost 1 game in Atlanta. Before that, all the rest of them were in years past. Different Sixers team, different Sixers coach as well. Have to mention that. This guy, old coach they have here is a fucking joke, man. Now they Sixers actually have a coach now. That's why you see them bounce back like that off the game one. If I'm the Sixers here, if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm telling my guys, all right, look, we won game one. Now we got to go and steal this one. We got to go back and steal home court advantage. You can't let the Hawks get it. It's just crazy because I think everybody's liking the Hawks. And I'm like, I think this may be the perfect time to take the Sixers. They're 0-6, last 6 in Atlanta. I don't care. They're 0-1 this year in Atlanta. That's what matters to me. Sometimes you can let the trends really overwhelm you, and they really might not matter. Look at the coach. Sixers had a different team. They had different players over there. You got motherfuckers like Al Horford over there. Milton will have 8 points. Man, he tripped out. Bogdan over 20. Yeah, what props you guys looking at? Ben Simmons needs to lock up Trae. Yeah, and guess what? If it gets to get in his head, if it gets to get in Trae Young's head that Simmons is locking me up, he'll start to get passive, and that's not good. You want Trae Young to be the aggressor. Shark, my God, I don't know where he is, man. He's supposed to be here. It's all good, man. I will say I love Ben Simmons over 13.5 points plus money, easy money. Yeah, no, with them that's my guy knows a guy. That's my guy right there, man. I think he likes the Hawks too, man, but it's going to be interesting. Obviously, some money is coming in on him, plus 2.5 all the way down to 1. I can see. I think the Hawks come out rolling. Sixers clean it up after half. Exactly, and that's why I'm not betting Sixers full game because I'll be honest. I could see Hawks coming out here with some fight, with some desperation. I mean, the series tied 1-1, but they're at the house, first game, home game in a while. I could see them coming out live. I really could. And if that, like I say, I know everybody can't bet live bet, but I'll be looking towards Sixers here. If I can get them at plus price, I'll be looking at them possibly second half something here. I can see Hawks coming out fast. Sixers like, all right, you know what? Let's get it. Let's get right. Get in defensive mode and go out here and win this game. And I can see it. Also, we've seen Hawks kind of fold down the stretch as well. Game one, these guys were up 20. Like obviously the Sixers didn't come to play. These guys were up 20 quick. How do you almost lose that game, guys? I mean, this one, I watched the game twice. Sixers missed so many open shots. All the 50-50 balls, they didn't get any of them. Like, nothing really bounced their way. All the little tip ends, they weren't getting nothing. I'm like, the Sixers are supposed to lose this game by double digits. What do you know? They had They had a chance to win the game. It just shows me, in my opinion, how much better the Sixers are. They played a terrible game, still lost by 3 to 5 points. If Bogdanovich didn't hit the 3, Sixers likely would have won that game. So you just got to pay attention to that type of stuff. If I'm the Sixers here, you have to take back control of the series today. You can't let the Hawks get any confidence. Obviously, that Hawks game 4 spot will be really strong if the Sixers do win this one. But I see Sixers win this game, guys. In all honesty. That's just me. It's just what I see. I'm not trying to talk anybody off the bed. It's just how I'm looking at the game. The Sixers are the number 1 seed for a reason. They do have a vastly better defense here, and I can see them really locking up the Hawks, putting them in the chokehold once again. And if the game is close into the fourth quarter, I trust the Sixers more. I must say, I trust the coaching more. I trust the out of bounds plays more. I trust the defense a lot more, guys. I do. But I'll be honest with you guys. Hawks have the better offense. They had a better offense. They had a better bench. So it's all about, and that's the, you know what I'm saying, where I'm still trying to get right, which is like, I like defense. You want to go with the better defensive team because they can get stops when it matters. But the refs, how the refs are going to call the game. If I always say this, if it's a Hawks type of game and they're giving Trae Young all those little bullshit fouls, Hawks are going to win, obviously. But then if they're letting them, you know what I'm saying, kind of beat them up a little bit, it's totally in Sixers. That's totally the Sixers style of play right there. They want to beat you up. They want to, you know what I'm saying, get in your face. Thybulle and Simmons on them the whole time. They want that. They say, who are the refs? I know I saw Jane. Let me see. Let me just get the come on, Shark. My God, he didn't talk me into doing the show. He ain't even here, man. Did somebody say he gassing up, man? Now he would be here. He probably having internet issues. Let's see. We got Kevin Scott, Courtney Kirkland, and Zach Zarba, my guys. Let's see. So Kevin Scott's under record so far in the playoffs. He's been 1-3 to the under. Courtney Kirkland has been 2-4 to the under. And Zach Zarba has been 3-3. So that's pretty much just a wash. I can't think about a team playing at home after being on the road 3 straight, coming back home and have much fun with the wives. This shit happens, bro. In all honesty, they were off from the Knicks for 3 or 4 days. I got to do some research to see if they went back to the house, in all honesty. Shark, where your ass at, man? Bro, I didn't send you the link. Come on, Shark. My bad, bro. I didn't send you the link. My bad, bro. It's my bad, guys. I didn't even send him the link. Fuck, my bad. My guy. It's my bad. Shit. Sorry, guys. Fuck, Shark. Call me on the phone, man. Damn, you got my number. Call my ass, man. Shark playing with us, man. Now get your ass on here. My bad. It's my bad, my guy. Come on, bro. Why you didn't let me know something, bro? You should have called me or something. I didn't even know I didn't send you a link, bro. My bad. It's my bad, guys.
The plumber must have really gotten in the dome of J Money. What's going on, bro?
Nah, I'm chilling. Nah, I just woke up not too long ago. I guess I need to wake up and gas so that I'll be right. Lately, I hadn't even been gassing up that much, bro. But nah, I just wanted to come on. I'm like, damn, where's Shark at, bro? We've been on here the whole time. Where the hell yet? I hadn't even seen it. It's sorry, guys. Totally my fault. It's not Shark. It's on me. You dig it? But what's up, my guy? I love the hat. I must say, bro. Wait, I'm just talking about this right now. What you liking? Is it fade hat or buy hat?
Oh, let me put the shades on. Everybody can see these beautiful eyes of the shark. And now we go into the lab. And June 11th, 2021, Free Friday engaged. And I don't know where you were. I think 15 and a half minutes of Jay content on a Free Friday. People are just having a hell of a day so far. But we'll go straight business. My top play of the day, Philadelphia 76ers first quarter. It's Pick'em on the book that I use internationally, Heritage Sportsbook. I know people have locals. I know a lot of the lines are very adjusted, particularly in these small gaps. I've seen plus odds on some different figures and whatnot. This is minus 120, but that is my top play of the day. Philadelphia first quarter, pick minus 120, and connecting with a lot of different boxes. Of course, I think people want to just naturally buy Atlanta at home, coming off the loss. Obviously, primetime game Friday night. First playoff series, first playoff campaign in a long time. But I really draw you back to what Philadelphia has done most of the back end of the season. They are an absolute first quarter juggernaut on the road. And Philadelphia has equal, if not more, motivation to win this game and come out really juiced up. When you drop game one at home, you currently do not hold home court advantage in the series. So they need to reset home court advantage. And I think they have more motivation. I think Atlanta can fall back on the fact that they actually play 2 out of the next 3 games in their home gym. Of course, they play games 3, 4, and 6. And we said this about the Knicks and Atlanta in game 4 in terms of actually zooming into the small window of 3 games as opposed to the 7-game series. Atlanta really has home court advantage now. So the ball is in Philadelphia's court to reset this and really dominate. And also, when you look at the other side of this, when Atlanta lost game 2 to the Knicks, it was a very similar game flow. Atlanta played a pretty good first half, covered the first half, and then melted it in the second half against the Knicks and lost by 9 points. Similar game flow to what happened in game 2 here. And then they come home off of a loss. First game in their home stadium in a while. They haven't played at home in over a week. And they came out and did not cover the first quarter against the Knicks as a small favorite. And I think you're just looking at an all-boxes checked environment here for Philadelphia to come out here with a nice first quarter tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, I could see it as well. Obviously, they're coming off 3 straight road games as well. The last win for the Knicks. And then 2 games versus obviously up there in Philly, a tough environment as well. And like I was just telling people before you came on, like the 76ers are the better defensive team. And they could bring that momentum from the last game into here. Also, we could see the Hawks maybe a little kind of sort of, a little deer in the headlights to start this game. I know a lot of people were talking about Hawks first quarter, first half. That's what they're liking in the chat, my guy. I was just saying, simply put, I think that the Sixers, that they need to come back in here and still win these games. You can't let the Hawks go. I know all the money's coming in on the Hawks down from 2.5 to 1 now, but all the money, like I say, all the Sixers have to come in here with the mindset like we can't get down 2-1, go back, lose home court. I mean, we got to gain home court advantage, babe. We can't go and drop this one and then try to even it up. Or I think that they don't even want to go back to the house 2-2, in my opinion. You let the Hawks get too much confidence. They have the better offense. They have the better bench as well. You can't be messing around with the boys. They mess around, take you to game 7 or beat your ass. But I do like the Sixers in this game, my guy. I do. I was just telling people live betting, obviously with a short spread like this, you could possibly get a better number with the Sixers in game. I guess what you're saying, you think the Sixers will come out hot and not necessarily get a better number, but I'm looking at the Sixers here. I have a heavy lean to Sixers full game, my guy. I know everybody's on the Hawks. I like the Sixers to take back home court advantage, and the Hawks could possibly come out a little unhot in this one. What you like?
Yeah, and if you go back to the last series, it was a similar dynamic. Of course, Philadelphia did not lose game 1 to Washington, but they did not cover, and they played a pretty lackluster game 1. And then they came back in game 2 and they just demolished Washington. And then in game 3, their first road game of the playoffs, they went in there and they covered the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. And I think there's a little bit of fool's gold, particularly in the second round. Second round takes on a very unique environment where you get 4 seeds and 3 seeds now, who are obviously very upper echelon NBA teams. But the gaps in the NBA, we always talk about this. It's 5-on-5, no pads, right? If you have the best players, you are dominant. This is not the NFL where you can pull a bullshit team to the Super Bowl because there's better coaching scheme and you got special teams. And really what you're looking at here is the 1 seeds traveling on the road. This is a completely different environment than round 1, where Atlanta's hosting the Knicks, who are a 4. You're hosting a 1 seed who has ultra motivation. And I think it's just a totally different dynamic where people that are buying Atlanta are failing to realize the talent gaps, the skill gaps, the professionalism gaps, and the experience gaps that really exist with a team like Philadelphia across the entire roster and the head coach. And I really think you're going to see a professional unit come out here tonight wanting to set the tone in the first quarter on the road. And again, I think looking at the other side of this from Atlanta hasn't played at home in a while. And it's that environment you always talk about in the regular season. It still applies in the playoffs. And the corollary to what they did coming off of a road loss versus the Knicks coming home in a similar primetime environment, I think connects with this.
Exactly. Yeah, we got Scott Foster in the chat, my guys. We do have Scott Foster in the chat. He is watching the show. But yeah, no, I like the Sixers here. I'll be honest though, if I had to take the Sixers here, it would be full game. I mean, I think that both of them could hit their first quarter and the full game, my guys. So I hadn't gotten on it yet, but I do, and it's because it's still coming down. I was looking at it yesterday. It was -1.5. It's down to -1 now. Obviously, Embiid's questionable. They're kind of playing with us once again, but it is a Friday. I can't say. In the regular season, something that I did like to do was take the home teams on a Friday night. They would be jumping, but here, this is the playoffs here. The Sixers, like I say, they do have. I know a lot of people were saying they're 0-6 last 6 in Atlanta. They're 0-1 this year in Atlanta, and that's what matters. This is a different team from the years past, different coach as well. I mean, if you look at the coach they had before, I'm not even going to mention him, but now the Sixers do have an actual coach. They do have playoff. They do have playoff experience as well, a lot more experience. And I always point back to the better defensive team. And I always say it depends on how the game is called. If Trae Young is getting those little bullshit touch foul calls, obviously that heavily favors the Hawks. If they're letting the game be called or letting those boys play, it will likely be Sixers all the way. Their defense is unmatched in this game. And we saw the Hawks choke as well. I mean, just you look at game 1 and it'll really show you how much better the 76ers are, in my opinion. They played an absolute terrible game. All the 50-50 balls, tip-in shots, nothing went their way. And they still, like me watching the game, was like they deserved to lose this game by 20 points. The fact that they still had a shot to win late just really showed me how the Hawks could really cramp up against really good defense, and that's the 76ers calling card. So they have to hang their head on defense here, and they obviously will have to have a better production from their bench, but heavy lean to Sixers here, -1 full game. I do think they get the win and take back home court advantage today, my guys. Let's talk about this next game, Shar. We got another one. Hadn't said any words on this one yet, my guy. I know my guy real bullish on the Suns, as he should be. They are the clear-cut better team here. We had a Suns versus Nuggets, another game 3 here. Obviously the Suns are up 2-0 here. Pretty large flip here, I must say. They were laying 6 the last game at the house. Now this line opened up at 1.5. Pretty much hadn't moved. Some people are eating one. Some people are. I see somebody talking about Lou Will eating chicken wings last night. They tripped out. But Shark, what you looking at in this one? Suns versus Nuggets. Nuggets laying 1.5 full game, my guy.
This is a very difficult game to cap. As you said, the line is moving aggressively towards Denver, 7 points, in fact, and that's a large gap. However, I do dislike 1 point. If you look back in the regular season, it is important. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. I think it is important here because I think the functionality of how Phoenix and Denver function on Vegas lines is really sharply graded by books and tells a damn good story. Phoenix's only game in Denver all year was actually a 106-103 victory going back to early season. And Phoenix was a +3.5 dog there. So when you actually have only the second game of the year played in Denver between these two teams, and Denver was previously -3.5, and it comes down 2 points from that, they are still weighting this towards Phoenix in a certain context. And when you really look at what Phoenix did there, they did come in there. And this is, we always talk about before the Jazz were the Jazz. This is before the Suns were the Suns. And the Suns went into Denver. I mean, Denver was a much more respected team in that particular environment early campaign, and won 106-103. And they came out really strong in the first quarter. They were up double digits in the first half. The Nuggets made a run in the second half, and Phoenix pulled it out. And I think that naturally contrarians, and I think some public, but probably more contrarians, want to buy the Nuggets here tonight, down 0-2 at the house, big line split, whatever. But I do think you're really running into a potential buzzsaw here. I keep saying this day after day. The only games all postseason that Phoenix has not just demolished teams are when Chris Paul didn't play. Other than that, they're 6-0 ATS, and all are convincing. And I do draw back to that game at altitude, because altitude is a very unique environment. And if they had gotten blown out in the regular season at Denver, I'd be like, all right, they might not be able to play well in this stadium. I don't know if that applies here. I think they traveled potentially well here tonight again.
Exactly. Yeah. If you think the Suns going to sweep them, man, then you know what I'm saying? Put like this. Obviously, if the Nuggets are going to steal a game, if you're going to get their best effort in any type of game, it will be this game 3. I know a lot of people think the Suns will sweep them, and I mean they looked a clear and cut better team. But I do think the Nuggets will start out fast here, in my opinion. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily translate to the full game. The better team usually shows their true colors throughout the full game. But I do like the Nuggets to start this one out early, in my opinion. Whatever you have left in the tank, obviously the coach has called the team out twice. It didn't always translate something, but I definitely think you'll see a more focused effort from the Nuggets coming in tonight. I do believe they can hang with the Suns for at least a couple of quarters, in my opinion. May not translate to the full game, even though I would be taking the Nuggets here. This team can hang with the Suns. They're not better than them. The Suns will win this series, but it's not just clear cut. It's like, the Nuggets. The Nets smacking the shit out of the Bucks. They're just not ready. The team has some players. You see Will Barton, you know what I'm saying, give him a little jolt into a little shot in the arm last game. Obviously, he was on a minutes restriction, and I kind of called it out. I said, hey, Barton needs to come and play this game a few minutes so that they can kind of have him get his feet wet for game 3. They did exactly that. Now you'll likely maybe even have Barton in the starting lineup. I do like the Nuggets here in the first half, my guy. I do like the Nuggets in the first quarter as well. Like if they have anything left in the tank, if you don't want to get swept in this series, you have to come out here and have a lead at the end of the first quarter and first half. And like I always say, guys, that doesn't necessarily translate to the full game. But if they have some, it will come out from the get-go. And it usually does translate to the full game as well. Usually they'll carry the motivation, but obviously the Suns, with these boys here, when they come out and they play that real sticky defense, the Nuggets they don't like that, obviously, I must say. But like I say, with these guys like the Joker out here, they're going to come to play today, my guys. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Suns come out here, start out hot, but I will be taking the Nuggets. I took Nuggets yesterday, guys, first half, minus 1.5, my guys. I did. Heavy lean first quarter as well.
Yeah, I made the comment going back to the last game, and I said that their bounce backs have come at home. So I wasn't expecting them to bounce back in game 2. And here we are. We're at home. And this is desperation. And you said it. They have to come out well here. And I draw you back to the last 2 times they did lose in the playoffs. They lost game 1 to Portland, and they came back in game 2 and demolished them in the first half. And then they lost a road game in Portland, I believe, game 4, and they came back for game 5. Obviously a very integral game, and they came out with a huge first quarter. They're up 38-25 in the first quarter. However, this is where you were talking about the full game could get real dicey. They immediately gave it back. They lost the second quarter 37-27, and the game went to double overtime. That was the Damian Lillard game, one of the most efficient basketball games in NBA playoff history. So I think if Dame Lillard and a bunch of, as I've said, sort of pedestrian, not championship quality players, and I'm not throwing shade at these guys, I just don't believe these guys are deep playoff type of roster guys, can take them to double overtime. Of course, Denver did backdoor that and win 147-140 in double overtime. I think the quality of Phoenix is far beyond what Portland is. I think it's not only on court, but it is their mental makeup. I talk about CP3 all the time. CP3 doesn't want to drop one freaking game the rest of the playoffs.
Oh my God.
And Jay Crowder, we talked about Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder is not CP3, but Jay Crowder is an absolute dog. I mean, the guy's a defensive assassin. He's a 3-point beast, and also take it to the streets. I mean, this guy wants to beat your ass and tell you about it. And this is just a completely different team. And I think, first quarter has significant merit here. I think you're going to get Denver's best focused and basketball proficiency here, but I think the rest of the game is a dead toss. And I think this could be a Phoenix win. So.
Got you. Yeah, no, I don't think the Suns win here, guys. I do. I know that they are the better team. I don't think that they sweep them. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I know they have a clear-cut better team. We'll see how they come out here because the way that the Nuggets team are, because they have a defense as well. And we can't disrespect guys like Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. The shots that Dame Lillard was making versus the Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets really showed something there, obviously in Game 6 to go and put them out. The Blazers are a different team. They don't play the level of offense that they don't play the level that the defense of the Suns do, but I have to say that the Suns also don't have as potent of an offense that the Blazers do as well. So I have to mention that this is a must-win spot for the Nuggets. Not saying that they're going to, but I usually do like to be in these spots, guys. Down 0-2. It doesn't always work, but I must say 65% of the time this, and I'll go with it. But like I said, Nuggets first half, and it's so crazy. My guy Moses in the chat just pointed out to me. They're 1.5 for a full game. This went up to 2.5 for the first half, guys. I did get it at 1.5 yesterday. Sometime, I mean, if you know, guys, down 0-2 and coming back to the house, the first half is a really strong spot. It's not an auto bet. It doesn't mean it's always going to cash, but it is something that I will likely take. Obviously, after I look into it, 9 times out of 10, if it's a team that I think that can hang with them, I'll be on that first half. I said it yesterday with the Bucks. We kind of got a little sweaty with that one. You kind of have to get it early as well because it will start to get bet up. It is a really sharp play historically. Like I say, ever since 2005, 142, 143 game sample size. It's hit over 65%. So it is something that the sharps will go to, and it's already been hit up to -2.5 for the first half, guys. I do think it's the best spot in the game. Nuggets first quarter as well. If they don't come out with anything, then they will likely get blown out. And if you like the Suns here full game, I just say if you can in-game bet, I just say you likely get a better number in the first quarter. I mean, I'd be very surprised to see the Nuggets not come out with at least a 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter, my guys. So just trying to help guys out. I know everybody likes the Suns, very bullish on them, as you should be, but maybe you could possibly get a better number. I do think that the Nuggets will win the game. I don't think it's just going to be so simple as a sweep for the Suns. They are a really good team, but it'd be interesting to see what happens tonight. Heavy lean to Nuggets trifecta for me. I did take Nuggets first half -1.5. I do think they win the game. Maybe the only one in the series, but the Nuggets are a good enough team to take one, well enough coach. They do have the MVP of the league over there. Team isn't soft. They can D up as well for the Suns like to do. It's Chris Paul. It's Booker. You got to stop the guys. You got to stop the wing guys like Bridges, Crowder. If they can do that, like I say, if you can stop a potent offense like the Blazers, I do think they can stop a slow, methodical team like the Suns who plays really good defense. They're another team that relies on their defense. I always say if the refs are calling those little ticky-tack fouls, letting Denver get to the line, the Suns are winning this game, my guys. So I know everybody's on them, and sometimes the public wins, but I would be leaning towards the home team in this one. Nuggets first half for me, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything official on this game. I'm just giving both sides of the angles here. So I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I think this is definitely a bloodbath spot for Denver. I mean, this is their season right here. They have one game to show out to continue their season. They are not coming back from 0-3 against a Phoenix Suns team. I'll tell you that. And
exactly.
but I do think that Phoenix obviously is a class unit. So just giving points on that, but no official from me there. And so wrapping it up, I guess the top play per the Shark, otherwise known as Graham Sheesby. Follow me on that. And Jay can drop his real name if he wants. But as we broadcast and we go forward, I think we're going to be dropping these monikers and these nicknames a little bit as we become even more professional. I think we're very professional right now. We could probably take it up another level. But when it really comes down to it, I think Philadelphia traveling here in the first quarter, needing the game, needing to set the tone on the road. Top seeds historically going into stadiums love to come out in the first quarter and let them know, you're not going to handle us tonight. We're going to take over your home crowd energy. Philadelphia pick first quarter -120. I think it's hovering around hook in some spots, but that is the number I got, and I advise you guys to take it, and let's dominate. Jay, close them out.
Hey, I couldn't talk you off that. I might ride with my guy on that Sixers first quarter. Excuse me. I do think it's a Sixer type of game. They have to in my opinion, they have to lean on their defense. You have to try and dominate this game. You have to get back in the series. I mean, take back over your home court advantage. You are the number one seed here. You do have high aspirations. I mean, trying to really go and win a championship this year. That's why they had to go and gun for the number one seed. That's why they're playing their players in the regular season. I know they hadn't really fared well in Atlanta. Those were different teams and were different coaches for the 76ers. Even had guys like Al Horford on the team back in those trends. So sometimes you have to look really, you know what I'm saying, what type of teams those were. And I mean, obviously different type of Hawks team as well. And those were regular season. This is the playoffs. This is almost pretty much a must-win type of game for the Sixers. You definitely can't go down in the series here trying to even it up, just going back to Philly. So heavy lean the Sixers for me, even for the full game. I do think they win this game. And the Nuggets as well, with their backs against the wall. They won't win this series, guys. They are down a bunch of guards. They did get one really important guard back, Will Barton. He's not the best player on the team, anything, but he does give them a shot of energy. He does give them another wing defender. And if you saw game 2, when he was out there, he was one of the best players on the floor for the Nuggets. So they may have to start Barton tonight. But Joker, we'll see what they give it to him. Malone really ripped into a team, which it doesn't always translate, but he really ripped into him, saying, like, we got to put some guys out there that's really trying. I know he called them soft after game 1, but he's saying, like, I got to put some guys out there that really care, that's really playing hard. So be interested to see what happens here. But I really like the Nuggets in the first half, my guy. We got to get out of here. I got to go do the SBR show, my guys. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. That's my guy, Shark. I'm your host, Jay Money. We gone.